Everyone, welcome to the show. I have another country to tell you about that has just issued a travel warning for the United States. And also, more travel to the United States is falling off a cliff. So, travel in general, falling off a cliff. Trump is definitely hurting the economy, and I'll explain how. But as I mentioned last week, there were numerous countries that recently had issued travel warnings to their residents. So they were, Germany, the UK, Canada, a bunch of different company or countries, and they're telling their residents, traveling to the United States is risky. Travel at your own risk because you have a very high chance of being detained or at the very minimum being denied entry into the country. And this isn't based on, just fear mongering. This isn't just, people coming up with, excuses because they're not happy with the United States. Because as you all know, I've also shared that people from other countries are being detained, even when they have proper documentation, even when they have a legal right to enter the country, they're being taken into custody, and some of them are being held for a week or more. It's ridiculous. Well, now another country has joined in. Portugal is the last country, or the latest country, I should say, to warn their residents traveling to the United States could be dangerous. So, this is a direct result of Trump and his regressive evil policies. And this is causing a big loss of revenue for Americans and for their businesses. According to a report that was published by Forbes, Mexican and Canadian residents accounted for approximately one half of all foreign travel to the United States in the year of 2024. If you take a look at airline bookings, though, from Canada into the US, airline bookings, flights are down 70% year over year. 70%. That is insane. And then overall car travel into the United States from Canada, that has also dropped by 23% in February. Some areas they're saying it's down by as much as like 45%. And a Canadian market researcher, they conducted a poll in March or this month, and it showed 36% of Canadians that had already booked travel to the US, they have now canceled their travel plans. 36% are like, nope, not doing it. And then, there's a bunch of others that are not even going to book. Also, I don't know if you guys remember this. I did a video, I think it was about a month ago, about how Canadians were canceling their trips to Florida, their Florida vacations, and then they're also selling their Florida properties. So if you don't remember this guy's name is Richard Clavitt, who I mentioned in this other video. He's Canadian, but he moved to the US in the 1980s. He has since opened a bunch of different hotels and motels, and they all have Canadian themes. They basically cater to Canadian tourists. Well, Clavitt is also a MAGA man. He voted for Trump last year. And last month, when I made this other video, I mentioned he was pretty much caught off guard that Canadians were starting to cancel their visits to his properties. He mentioned that he had one guy who called up and they had already put down $1,000 deposit. So they lost their deposit and they were like, we don't care. We're not coming. They just said, keep it. We're going to, I think that he said they were going to go to Cuba instead. Well, things have gotten even worse because he said that now there's even more people canceling or they're just not making travel plans at all. Clavitt told the Miami Herald, quote, "It's terrible. People are canceling reservations left and right. They're not booking. We should be super, super busy right now, and we're just basically seeking American business. I think we need to give up on the Canadians." Remember, this is a guy who built his whole business around Canadians and tourism from Canada. And then there are still some people, some Canadians who are going to his properties, but one of them, a man with the last name of Quesnel, he told the news outlet, quote, "My own son-in-law, I've been asking him 4 times to come down for a week, room and board included, and do the golf with me. There's no way he wants to come down here and spend money for Trump." And then Quesnel also said there's a golf course nearby that he typically goes to. There's also a restaurant that's very popular with Canadians. And he said that they're basically not empty, but it's very different from previous years. He said that basically now there's no wait. If you want to get in, you can just walk right in, get a table, go play. Yeah, usually packed. You're usually waiting. And a couple of local restaurants that cater to Canadian tourists told the Miami Herald that they've seen a drop in business. As for Mexico, the U.S. Travel Association predicted an 18% increase in travel to the U.S. This was as of last year. Well, as with Canada, air travel has dropped 6% or did drop 6%, I should say, in February. So on a year-over-year basis, it dropped. So that is a huge, huge difference, guys. I mean, think about it. They predicted 18% increase. It swung 24% in the wrong direction, in the opposite direction. And Europeans' opinions of America had already tanked after Trump was elected. So not after he took office, but after he was elected. It could only have gotten worse at this point. So check out these brutal poll numbers released by YouGov. They asked respondents, do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of the United States? Denmark, 20% favorable. Sweden, 29% favorable. Germany, 32% favorability. France, 34%. Britain, 37% favorable. Spain, 43%. And Italy, 42% favorable opinion of the United States. We are not popular. And again, these were the numbers as of November of 2024. So it couldn't have improved with what all's been going on since he took office. So, beyond the travel warnings, this is definitely going to impact tourism. And Trump is 100% responsible for this. I have no doubt when we look 6 months out, 1 year out from him taking office, the economic numbers, I believe, they're going to be unbelievable. It's going to be carnage across the board. This jackass is like a cancer. It is eating up and destroying our country. He is eating up and destroying our country. So all these people who think, oh, well, I love what he's doing and it's not affecting me. Well, guess what? It will affect you. It will affect you or someone you care about or your area. I guarantee it. Because our country relies on tourism in a great deal for our economic stability. So you may think that you want to isolate and not have anybody else in the country. Just wait and see what the results are going to be, because that is the true trickle down economics. The Republican Party wants to talk about trickle down economics and, if we just give all the wealthy people tax cuts, it's going to trickle down to the little people. No, that's not how it works. The only thing that trickles down is their piss. Okay. The only thing that trickles down is the bad stuff. The good stuff, they keep at the top. So anyway, guys, I will let you know if I hear any more on this front. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like this video. Please share it. Please become a subscriber if you have not. You can donate. Truly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.